All right, Tasia, thank you so much for taking time today to chat with me. I'm really excited to hear about your experience with Design to Profit. I know we're all super busy, so I'll try to keep this short. So let's dive in. I would love to just kind of start with you, just introducing yourself so the people know who you are.
Okay, so I'm Tasia Graham. I own a graphic design company called Tay Noel & Co. I started out doing wedding stationery and then pivoted to branding and web design for women creatives.
Yes, for women. um, and even a little more specific though, like I know you've been focusing a lot on the wedding industry, which is great because of your background. Just makes a lot of sense. So I want to just kind of chat with. So you pivoted from stationery to branding. What was that like? What prompted that pivot?
Well, I started out doing a little branding when I was doing the stationery. And I still enjoy stationery, but I saw a need for women who really just wanted who the work and the value was there, but it wasn't being conveyed properly in my eyes because of the branding. And I wanted to help. So I wanted to I want to start doing this because I know that you can do the work, but from the outside looking in, it doesn't look that way because your brand doesn't match your work. So
right. So you wanted to help these wedding vendors show up like the professionals that they were. When you made that pivot, because it's kind of a different world, I was in that stationary world as well. When you made the pivot from essentially selling a product to offering a service, what would you say was your struggle or the problem you felt like you were running into that kind of warranted you wanting to join a program that teaches you about, how to run your brand and web design business?
Right. I would say just trying to really target those high-end wedding professionals, the planners, photographers, anyone in that industry who actually knew versus, I guess I would say a beginner versus someone who's already been in the business, who knows the investment it takes to get to the next level. Somebody just starting out don't necessarily know their target market as of yet versus someone who's done it for like 5 years or whatever. So I felt like I wasn't really speaking to those who have already been established versus those who have just started. I felt like I myself was not coming off as an expert, basically.
Okay. Yeah. So the struggle was getting in front of the right type of client.
Yeah.
And you kind of narrowed that struggle down to the way you were showing up in your business. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, I totally get that. So as you kind of realized that was the issue, the clientele and then the way you were showing up, how did it feel as you tried to solve that problem on your own?
It was overwhelming. It was a little frustrating because it just felt like for the amount of work I was doing, it still felt like I wasn't appreciated or wasn't as valued as I thought I should have been, going above and beyond. And then to look at the numbers at the end of the month, it's like, something isn't adding up here, because I'm doing all the extra work, doing stuff I shouldn't even be doing, offering extras that I shouldn't even be offering to still end up with just enough to pay my bills, basically.
Yeah, I feel you. Overwhelmed city. Yeah. So what were like the things that you tried to do? Did you take any other programs or was it just kind of like doing research, downloading things to try to figure out how you could just like get those clients that were going to value you? What was kind of the approach that you took?
I didn't take any other programs until DTP. What it was I found myself kind of like a rabbit hole. Oh, I want to do this. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay, I want to do this. Oh, I'm gonna do this. She did this. I'm gonna do this. It worked for her. It worked for me. And basically, I found myself becoming other people and not me.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's so powerful right there.
Yeah.
Right? so you went down the rabbit hole, and I hear this all the time. I was guilty of this as well. Like, oh, I'm gonna just see what she does. I'm gonna do some
Mhm.
market research,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna. It's working for her, so I'm just gonna do
Right.
what she does. And it's so crazy. Like you said, you were becoming someone else, not being true to who you were.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Just like that revelation of
Yeah.
understanding. So once you like, what would you say was different about kind of that approach of
Mhm.
looking at other people going down that rabbit hole versus what we did in Design to Profit?
So going down the rabbit hole and like just trying to, I guess you could say, mimic what you see others doing, it basically you lose that authentic version of yourself, and people can see that. You
Oh,
know, you're trying to be like her or trying to do what she does, and it doesn't. Their methods and their processes doesn't even relate to your target market. So now you're confused. Your audience is confused. Like, what is she doing? What is she offering? And with DTP, it really taught me to, yeah, the process can be similar,
yeah.
but you have to create it to be specific just for you. You know, I can't offer what Amber offers or anybody else that's in the program. Granted, I can still apply some methods, but I have to offer what Tasia offers. So I think that's the program made me realize, even though you research and you see stuff, you have to get out of the box of thinking it's just this way instead of just making it your own way.
Oh my gosh, I recorded a video yesterday just about that thing. That's that specific topic where it's like, to be successful in a program, you have to be able to be innovative and
Mm-hmm.
take the information and make it your own. And
Right.
so how did that make you feel, knowing like you had a blueprint of some, like, this does work, but knowing that you had the freedom to make it your own? How did that feel for you?
It was eye opening because it made me realize that I was the one that was standing in my way
Mm,
all the time, because I felt like I find myself in this box where I have to say, okay, you don't have to do it this way. Like even when I'm designing, I say, oh, you know, this needs to be centered, and it's like, why does it have to be centered? Because somebody else centers there. Why can't it be off to the side, or why can't it be the way you want it to be? It doesn't have to be this box where you feel like you have to do everything to the standard versus just being creative and just making it Tasia. So
yeah, making it Tasia. I love that. So just the freedom to just kind of do things the way you want to
right,
in your business.
right,
Um, yeah, I love that. And then like that allows you to be more creative
right,
when you don't feel like you're in a box.
right.
Oh, that's just giving me all kinds of juice today. So I want to know, as you were going through the program, was there like a moment when you realized the process that you were going through with me and with Design to Profit was actually helping you to solve your problem? So it was either the way that you're showing up. You said you weren't showing up as an expert. You weren't attracting the right types of clients. Was there a moment when you were like, oh, this is working?
Yes. So I had actually, when I first started the program, I actually had a client. The payment plan was different, but I still say, okay, I'm gonna try this out and see. I'm gonna do the automations and I'm gonna do, set the side up and just see how it works. And it clicked for me when I got complimented. She loved it. Like she's like, I love this process. Like I love how everything is professional. I love how I can log in the portal and see things. And before it was just like chaos. I didn't really have a process. And I felt like, like you said, there's money in the process. But for me, when I first started, it was just, I was all over the place, like saving stuff here, over here, not really, typing up emails and things like that versus just having a standard to, okay, this goes out when this comes, this goes out when this comes. And it also made it easier for me because it's like, why am I typing up stuff every single time versus just having things in place? So when the next person comes, the same process goes versus recreating it every client because it's just more work.
Yep,
You
absolutely.
have to, yeah.
Okay, amazing. So just realizing like you could simplify your business.
Right.
And as a result, what was the result? You simplified your business and your client was blown away by how seamless everything was.
Right.
That's amazing. And so were you able to, because of this process, because you were now able to show up differently as an expert, you felt organized and professional. Did this allow you to increase your prices?
It did. It allowed me to increase my prices. And even with her, I had already increased, but I didn't increase to what I have now. And she herself said, well, I know it's going to cost this amount. And I think you're worth it. That's what she told me.
Mm.
So
So
she
now you
already
have
had,
clients that are
yeah,
seeing your worth.
right, right.
Exactly what you wanted in the beginning.
Yes.
Oh, that's so good. So how much did you increase your prices by? Like, was it like, did you double, triple? Do you know how
Okay. I'm not math, so I'm gonna have to just give the numbers.
rough
So let's see. I
ballpark?
started out charging. Okay, so I started out charging. Well, the first logo I ever charged was like $100.
Mhm.
But when I was in the program, before I got in the program, I want to say I probably was charging around 1,500 to now the lowest package I had is 7,500.
Okay, hold up. Let's process this. So when you very first started, you said about $100 for a
Yeah.
logo. As you kind of grew in that branding aspect, you got up to a $1,500 package
Mhm.
right before you joined the program. Now
Mhm.
you're at your lowest package is $7,500.
Mhm.
That's at least, so 15 to 15. That's like a 4x. Hold on, I got to do the math because I need to know these numbers. So 1,500 times 4, that is a 5x. So you 5x your
Yeah.
prices. And so can you tell me what you've been able to do? So since you've increased your prices,
Mhm.
and what did like your months look like revenue wise? Like what were you at versus, and you don't have to give us an exact number if you want to, like whatever you feel comfortable sharing, before Design to Profit and since being in Design to Profit.
I would say that it started out being just enough to just pay bills versus bills are paid enough to do whatever I want to do. And it also taught me, the program also showed me within my pricing, because I did add services too. It showed me that I wanted to offer more than just a logo.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about strategy and things like that. And I was like, yeah, I really want to help these women like with strategy and things like that, and with the hours and stuff that invested. Like when I did that worksheet and I saw how much I was charging an hour, I think it was like $75, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, I've been designing for 7 years and I'm charging $75 an hour. I was like, this is not
Yeah,
this is not
I think I remember your post in the group. You were like, oh my God, I just realized I was severely undercharging for my
yes,
I remember that.
yeah,
So that's amazing. You were able to not only increase your prices, you're seeing your worth,
right.
you're seeing your value, and as a result, your clients are seeing your worth and your value. What does it feel like now that that's like your reality? And you even said like you now are generating enough income that it's not just about paying bills. You're able to do things
Right.
that you actually want to do. What does it feel like now?
It feels great because it's just one of those things where the reality is I didn't design my business to struggle. It's one of
Mm-hmm.
those things where I didn't, you can work a job working from paycheck to paycheck. That's not the ideal of having a business. My business is so I can create something where I can have freedom to do and move how I want to do without, feeling like basically getting to the point where I don't even like doing what I'm doing because I'm not making what I want to make, kind of thing. So it was like, why am I even doing this if I'm still struggling, kind of thing. So that whole thing like changed. It made me realize that I do have value to offer and I should be charging accordingly. And it also makes saying no easier for
Woo.
me now. Yeah.
Yes, there's so much power in that. No.
Yeah.
That's great. It just seems like you're on a whole different level than
Mm-hmm.
when you first joined the program. And I just like that means so much to me to know that the program, the coaching, the content, the community, all of that is helping you to really just build that business that like why you started in the first place. You didn't start to be an employee. And I know I was there. I resented my clients because they were only paying me what I asked them for, but it wasn't enough.
Right.
So I just love that you've been able to really just transform what your business is, how you
Yeah.
operate in it, and who you are
Yeah.
as that business owner. I really love that. If there were someone who were kind of on the fence about joining Design to Profit, what would you say to them?
I would say I would like definitely do it. Like I said, this is the first program I've been into. A lot of like I've looked into programs before. A lot of them that I've looked into, they seem overwhelming.
Mhm.
And I didn't get that when I looked into DDP. It was just one of those things where I like the fact that you're actually involved in the program. I know there's some programs where you may see the person once a month and then that's it. And you talk to a whole bunch of other people. It's like, okay, but I want you to help me, not this person that I don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
So just the fact that we're able to have our weekly coaching calls and you walk us through and, you give us tips and things that are designed specifically for us. Like you have the program created to where it can serve everyone, but you also, during our calls, I like the fact that okay, well, I'm going to help Tasia today. This is what you can do to help your business. So I feel like in joining that, it really will open your eyes to even greater things that you can do for yourself and for your business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I've joined a program like that before where it's like you never even get to, you never see the person who actually created it.
Yeah.
So that was really important to me that
Yeah.
I do show up. But I genuinely I care about you all.
Right.
I care about your success. And that's the least I can do is show up to support you
Mm-hmm.
in your business and helping you to achieve the goals because you invested in yourself.
Right.
So I appreciate that. You appreciate that.
Yes, definitely.
So is there anything else that you want to add? Like I said, I know we're both busy and I just appreciate you taking the time and sharing your experience with Design to Profit. I'm so proud of you and just the way that you show up. I see you on Instagram now doing your stories and just showing up like that just in of itself is such a huge transformation. And I'm excited to watch you to continue to grow. Is there anything else that you would like to add or?
Just to say thank you for creating the platform, a place where, especially for designers, where we could come and learn, that it's okay to, because, sometimes you feel bad, like, oh, you charging this much, but, you have to understand the value that's being offered
Yeah.
to this person, and just opening my eyes to how else I can help my clients, instead of like not even focusing on the money of it, just how I can better serve the people that I'm trying to help. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And that's so important. Like it can't just be about the money.
Right.
It can't just be about the money. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you trusting me in my process, in my program. And like I said, I'm looking forward to watching you to continue to grow. And yeah, just thank you so much. Alrighty, Tasia. I will see you on the next coaching call and we'll talk soon.
All right, later.
Bye.